Hello and good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. Who do we have in the chat? I know I'm going to mispronounce your name, but is it Galeen? Galeen? Hi, I'm flying. Hold on. Let me feature your chat. You're the first person on the chat. Welcome and good morning. All right. So it says, "Hi, I'm flying into Anchorage from Trinidad." Ooh. All right. In April, I'm coming with my family. We're so excited. Right on. Oh my gosh. So is this going to be your first visit? Wow, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. You know what? I would love to visit Trinidad, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've never been to the islands. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Okay, so it is your first trip. Let me see here. So you're coming to Anchorage. Do you already have an itinerary? Are there some things that you have on your list that are like must see, must do? Yeah. I would say if you haven't already booked it, try and book. Ooh, would they be running yet? Check and see if the 26 Glacier Cruise is running yet. Because if it is, if I were you, I would try to do that. It's a spectacular cruise. You'll love it. It may still be a little on the chilly side this time of the year, but I think you would really enjoy it. Let's see who else we have on. Arctic Thunder Gamer. Shout out to Taylor Hawkins. Who is Taylor Hawkins? And welcome, Arctic Thunder. Who is Taylor Hawkins? And forgive me if this is like big news. Um, yeah, if something about Taylor Hawkins is big news, I apologize. I don't watch the news hardly ever. Um, let's see. All right, let's give it a few minutes. Let's give it a few minutes for more people to join. I think we'll get started at 5 after. I like to be considerate of the folks that are joining, pretty close to the time that I have a schedule for. So I don't want to take your time for granted. So we'll get started here at 5 after. Yeah, Arctic Thunder, who is Taylor Hawkins? You gonna make me Google it? You want me to Google? I'm curious now. Taylor Hawkins. Is he like a local person? Wait, let's see. Okay, I haven't heard from Arctic Thunder yet as to who Taylor Hawkins is, so I'm gonna look it up. American musician? Oh, Foo Fighters drummer. Oh, that's sad. Oh. So I take it you're a pretty look at you. Uh, so I take it you're a big Foo Fighters fan. Wow. You know what? I mean, we are just losing so many people so soon. And it looks like, how old was he? Wow, he's pretty young. 50. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that he passed away. Wow. Okay. Let's see, where are we at time wise? It's 8:34. Okay, one more minute, y'all, and we're gonna kick this thing off. We're gonna get started. Uh okay. All right. Oh, Pamela. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. It's so good to see you, Pamela. Welcome. All right. Okay, we're right at our time. So let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's morning for me because I'm in Anchorage, Alaska. Welcome to my channel, Happy Girl Alaska. I'm Terry, your Alaskan homegirl. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been hanging around and hanging out for a while, welcome back. It's so good to see you all. As you can probably tell, my energy levels are They're coming back up. I'm not at 100% yet, but I'll say I'm somewhere around like 90%, maybe 85, depending on the day. I mean, I some days I feel like I'm better than I actually am because I start doing too much and my body's like, sit down. So, but I'm feeling good right now. I had my coffee. I was trying to wait until the live stream, but y'all know how that goes. But I'm so excited to see you all in the chat. Thank you so much. As you enter the room or enter the live stream, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. That helps these types of videos show up in the algorithm. Y'all, I was out for a minute. And I looked at my analytics, and let me tell you, I took a nosedive. I ain't even gonna lie. So the fact that you all even saw this notification is huge. Another thing I would like to say is that if you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell. That's another big deal, because if you don't, then YouTube thinks you only want to see certain types of videos from this channel. But if you hit the notification bell and then all notifications, you'll get notifications for all types of videos. Because here's the thing, those of y'all that have been rocking with me for a while, you know, every now and then I might put something a little different out there. So if you want to stay in the loop, hit the notification bell and select all notifications. As per usual, this is an exclusive live stream. And what I mean by exclusive is that the people who are participating in the chat are those who have been subscribed to the channel for at least 5 weeks. If you find that you're putting something in the chat and then you hit that chat button or whatever it is to post your chat and it doesn't show up, then more than likely it's 2 things. 1, you haven't been subscribed to the channel long enough to participate in the live stream chat. And believe me, you want to do that because it's a really good crew that hangs out here. Or number 2, you were trolling and you got blocked. Those are the only 2 reasons why you wouldn't be able to participate in the live stream. And if you got blocked, chances are you will not be unblocked. Just saying. Okay. So I want to do a real quick roll call. Let's see who all is here. Don't be shy. If you're new, go ahead and post something in the chat. You know, if you're new, say where you're from. I think a lot of the folks that I'm seeing on here are familiar with each other, but even for my OG gang, you know, introduce yourselves, let people know where you're from. It's pretty cool when you see people from the same state, same city, and all that good stuff. All right, let's see. So we have Gailene David, welcome. Gailene is going to be flying to Anchorage from Trinidad next month. So I'm super excited for you. And like I said, if you can get in on the 26th Glacier Cruise, if it's running, do that. All right. And then we have Arctic Thunder Gamer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And good morning to you too. And Arctic Thunder lives here in Anchorage as well. So we're both locals. Let's see. And Pamela Freeman. Hello and welcome. It's so good to see you, Pamela. Arctic Thunder, you said I look like I'm feeling better. I'm getting there. It's been kind of a slow road to recovery because y'all know I love to bounce around. I'm bubbly, I'm happy. And just, you know, allowing myself to take its time, my body to take its time to heal is what I have to do right now. But the show must go on. So Arctic Thunder, you mentioned Taylor Hawkins passed away. Let's see, okay, mostly a Dave Grohl fan from back in the day of Nirvana. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. All right. Let's see, the sun is up and I am on my 2nd cup of coffee. Right on. I only have 1 cup of coffee because my heart can't take it. I get way too excited. And I'm already kind of type A anyway. So Arctic Thunder, you mentioned the sun is up. Let me give everybody a real quick temperature check so that they are in the loop. So currently we're sitting at 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And the weather is supposed to be mostly sunny. We have a high of 41 degrees and a low of 23. But I'm seeing on here that we might get some snow around 10 a.m. I'm ready for it to be spring. I am so ready. I think it is spring, but that's how Alaska does us. And we might just get one more big dump. Who knows? Who knows? But that's what we sign up for when we decide to live here. Yeah, but the forecast is looking pretty decent for this coming week. I see temperatures in the mid 40s for the most part, low to mid 40s. So that's awesome. And right now, let's see, the sun is rising at 7:37 a.m. and then sunset is at 8:30 p.m. So we're getting more and more daylight. Wonderful. I love to see that. Okay, let's see if we have any new people that have entered the chat. Give me a second here and we will get to the topic at hand. We will get there. Let's see. Pamela, you love the new hairdo. Thank you. Girl, I had to do something that was like low maintenance. When I had that surgery, I was like, I can't be messing around. And I don't know how long the shorty do is going to be around. Right now, I have it as a means of convenience, but I don't know. We'll see. I might keep it. Let's see. Arctic Thunder, you said sometimes you forget to thumbs up, but then again, you're a bit of a bad boy. Oh, you're a rebel. Well, I'm gonna need you to change your ways on that, Arctic Thunder. Hey, anybody if you're not participating in the chat, that's fine. But whoever is tuning into this live stream, please give me a thumbs up. Like I said, it helps these types of videos show up in the algorithm. Your girl lost a little traction while she was out, after the surgery and all that stuff. So yeah, if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see, Arctic Thunder. Oh, he got blocked. The worst. You're talking about somebody who was trolling? Yeah. As they should, though. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for people's kids playing on the internet. Let's see, Galen, so excited. You should be so excited. I believe if you live in the U.S., you should pay a visit to Alaska at least once. At least once. And the summers are gorgeous. I can't promise you the weather's going to be great in April, Galen. I think if it were me, knowing what I know, I probably plan to visit in May, like mid-May timeframe. But you know what? I think you'll still enjoy it. All right, let's see. Who do we have? Danielle Hardy. Hey, girl, love the hair. I cannot chat, but I'm listening. And hey to everyone in the chat. Welcome back, Danielle. So good to see you. So good to see you. All right, I want to make sure that I greet the people who are coming in. Okay, so real quick, and I know we're going to get into the share, y'all. Don't worry. Galen, you said, does it usually snow at the beginning of April? It is not uncommon for us to get snow at the beginning of April. That's why I'm saying, for me, just based on my experience, and I've lived here over 40 years, if you're visiting Anchorage, I would say mid-May on is the best time to come and visit if you want to experience like an Alaskan summer. I wish you would have hit me up before you booked your tickets. Oh gosh, yeah. But no, I think you'll still enjoy it. I think you will. I hope you do. All right, Rita Connors. Hey, Terry. Hey, Rita. All right, let's see here. All right, so I am going to bring up, and thank you, Arctic Thunder. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to bring up this question, and then I'm going to go through, because I still have some housekeeping items I need to get to. Rita says, does Anchorage experience a lot of power outages due to winter storms, or does that mostly affect only remote parts of Alaska? Excuse me. So Rita, Speaking to Anchorage, I would say we don't experience a lot of power outages due to winter storms. No, we don't. Um, does that mostly affect only remote parts of Alaska? Maybe, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if the remote parts of Alaska experience a lot of power outages during the winter. And I want to be honest, I don't want to make it seem like I'm the leading authority on Alaska in its entirety. But like I said, I've lived in Anchorage for over 40 years, so I can pretty much speak to, excuse me, I can pretty much speak to the going on in this city. All right. So the Myra or the Mira. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this. These housekeeping items, and then we'll get into the share. So I ask you all to hit the thumbs up button. Just another reminder. And then I'm curious if anybody has any weekend plans. So me myself. I put a post out on Instagram that I'm going to visit the Anchorage library, so the Lusac Library. I haven't been there in a while, and I do enjoy going to the library. It's a wonderful library, and I want to take you all on a virtual tour. So I want to see if I can capture that. But I think it's a really good place to just sit down, and I want to do some planning. So I love that type of setup. They get a lot of natural light in there. So I love it for that reason. And so that's kind of what I'm getting up to. I'm going to the library, doing some planning. And then also I got to run some errands. So I'll be taking you all along with me. We'll do the weekend vlog, and I'll get that out to you all on Monday. And then we're probably going to check out another restaurant. So in the last video, we went to this restaurant called Sweet 100. 10 out of 10, recommend. I love that place. Everything was fantastic. Baby girl didn't like so she got the fish and chips. The fries were hitting. The fish was not, in her opinion. But I got the ribs, and they were so good. Oh my gosh. And they give you a lot. They give you a lot of food. So you get your money's worth and then some. Sweet 100, check it out. And then let's see. Oh, I also mentioned too in my last vlog and also on Instagram, number one, I want to expand my friendship circle. And I find that as an adult, it's a little bit harder to make friends as an adult. So I'm reading this book called Reclaiming Friendship. It's a really good read. So that's what I'm getting up to this weekend. And then I'll be editing the day in the life vlog for Monday. I have another breast reduction video coming out tomorrow where I'm sharing my experiences. For those of you who don't know, I recently had breast reduction surgery. It was very necessary. And I'm telling you, the benefits are immediate. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm so glad I did it. And I just want to encourage other women who may be thinking about it, or other women who were kind of in the same position I was in, right? I was on the fence for I don't know how many years. So that'll be coming out tomorrow. And then I wanted to mention, so I was planning to host a retreat, but I'm not going to do that. I was looking to get a certain number of participants, but I didn't quite hit my limit. And because I didn't hit my limit, it was what I wanted to do was going to be very costly for me. And I don't want to I don't want to shortchange anybody, and I don't want to do it the way that I want to do it. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to plan to have that, but host it later in the year. So I need to go back to the drawing board and come up with a better strategy so that I could at least hit my minimum. So for the people who signed up and paid their money, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I have refunded everyone. If you haven't received your refund, please send an email to me. But I believe I sent the money back to everybody because I got a notification that you received your refund. And I believe everybody that I sent, everybody that needed to be refunded also got a notification. So holler at me if you didn't. And then what else do I have? But I think so. I'm not going to host a retreat. I'm going to reschedule it for later in the year. But I think I want to have a meetup. I think I want to have a meetup. And I talked it over with Percy, and he's game. So we just got to coordinate our calendars for when we're going to have our meetup. And I'm thinking that we'll probably do it at a restaurant and maybe get like a banquet room. Um, but again, it depends on how many people are interested in something like that. If you live in Alaska and you want to come hang out with us, that would be cool. I know I've received emails from people that said that they're planning to visit. I'm thinking we'll probably host it in June, July, or August, maybe even September. So I'll let you all know. But for the meetup, I'm thinking at this time, there's not going to be a charge for that. But if we're meeting at a restaurant, you will have to pay for your drinks and your food. That's all that will be required. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah. So I'm going to host another happy hour, and that'll be the first Friday. So next Friday in April. Yeah, so that'll be happening. You'll see the notification come out here probably after this live stream. So I'll be making cocktails. We'll have grown folks conversations, maybe Alaska related, maybe not. No topic is off limits. So that's what that's going to be about. And I'm probably going to schedule it for like 4 or 4:30 this coming Friday. So be on the lookout for that. And I think that's all I wanted to cover. I think. All right. We have some more people that have showed up. Good morning. Let me see. Nick Bowers. Good morning from Los Angeles. Hi, Nick. Hi, I haven't seen you in a while. Right on. Okay, so you're heading to LAX to fly to Louisiana to see your mom. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And as you all know, my mom was here taking care of me when I had my surgery. So shout out to all the moms out there. And I'm gonna mess up this name. Tiersinski. Okay, I visited Anchorage for the time back in February as I was thinking about moving there. The amount of snow was just a little too much for me, so I'll stay in Florida. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And good morning, or welcome to the live stream because it's afternoon in Florida right now. All right, so I think I've greeted everyone. I'll keep an eye on the chat, but we're going to go ahead and get into the share. So the topic of discussion today, what we're going to cover is I want to share with you all my favorite neighborhoods in Anchorage. So if I was planning to move to Anchorage, these are the neighborhoods that I would target. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information that, from the research that I did online, just so that you all can have like some stats or whatever. But then I'm going to just give you my overall assessment of the neighborhood and why I think these are great neighborhoods. All right. So the first neighborhood I would consider is Rogers Park. Rogers Park has a population of about 3,700 people. The crime rates are lower than the Anchorage average in that neighborhood. And the rental prices are lower than the Anchorage average. The median household income is a little over $98,000. The median home value is about $338,000. You'll pay on the low end for rent in that neighborhood somewhere around $650, $800 for rent. And I'm talking about just like a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment. The high school graduation rates, because I think that's important if you have kids. I've had people reach out to me asking about schools here. The graduation rate for high schoolers in Rogers Park is 93%. So Rogers Park is close to Anchorage's business district, and it's located near several schools, restaurants, shops, and entertainments. It's a quieter neighborhood. There are smaller homes, and you don't get a whole lot of yard over there. But I'm not a yard person, so I wouldn't have an issue with that. But I would say that it's pretty affordable to live in that neighborhood. I visited Rogers Park. I don't go over there very often, but growing up, I did have friends that lived in Rogers Park, and I went to church with people who lived in Rogers Park. And in my opinion, it is such a charming area. And I think Rogers Park is kind of one of those places that flies under the radar a little bit. Um, you don't hear about things happening over in Rogers Park that often, and I think that's a good thing. But if I was considering moving to Anchorage, I would definitely check out Rogers Park. So, and I'm not covering these in any particular order. I'm just mentioning the neighborhoods that I would prefer to live in. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next one, and then I will go to the chat and see, what people have to say about. And if you're from Alaska, or if you're currently living in Anchorage, or you've lived in Anchorage before, go ahead and post in the chat what you think your favorite neighborhoods are. I see Arctic Thunder has already put something out there. I'm going to go to this next neighborhood, and then I'll go to the chat. All right. So another neighborhood that I'd be interested in is downtown Anchorage, and the population is a little over 1,200. However, the crime rates are slightly higher than the Anchorage average, and from what I saw, it was saying that the rent is lower in downtown Anchorage, but I don't agree with that. And I kind of find that hard to believe because, I mean, downtown Anchorage, downtown anywhere is kind of like a prime location, right? A lot of people like to live downtown. I'm looking at some other cities for snowbirding options and for moving options. And downtown, when I look at the cost of renting out a condo or something like that, the prices are high. They're pretty high. So I don't know if I necessarily agree that the rent in downtown Anchorage is lower than the Anchorage average. I find that hard to believe. But what I like about downtown Anchorage is there are different types of housing options. You can get something that's on the smaller side, on the larger side. If you're interested in just getting a studio, those options are available. And the thing that I like about downtown Anchorage, which I think might be a little different from other downtown areas in other cities, is that it's not a concrete jungle. So you have access to all different types of waterfront views, the Connect Arm. There's plenty of green space. I mean, they have beautiful parks that are maintained very well in downtown Anchorage. And if you're into that city life, well, as much city life as Anchorage can offer you. You can walk to a bar, a restaurant, the local shops. They have the Fifth Avenue Mall downtown. So the idea of downtown living appeals to me. So that's a neighborhood that I would be interested in looking into as well. All right, so as promised, let me go to the chat real quick. And if you have any questions on these neighborhoods, let me know. I mean, we talk about the bad areas that you should avoid, but I think it's also important to talk about the areas that you may want to look at, maybe moving to if you're planning to move to Anchorage. All right, so let's see here. Let's see, what are we talking about in the chat? Ooh, there's been quite a few chat messages here. Let's see. Arctic Thunder. Okay, so you said this last winter only one power outage, but it was at midnight until 4 or 5 a.m. So one really noticed. Yeah, you're right, Arctic Thunder. I remember that too. But we don't have them often due to winter storms. I don't know if that was because of a winter storm or not. I'm not really sure. So Nick Bowers, you're tuning in from LA. Nice, nice, nice. Um, all right. Tirsinski, you said I visited Anchorage for the time back in February. Oh, okay. Wait. I already saw that comment. Um, let's see. Okay. The Myra, cool. Haven't been to Lusac in decades. I know. It's one of those places that, and it's pretty big. We have a huge library here. I think Lusac Library is probably the largest library in Alaska. Yeah. Let's see. A hike or nature walk would be cool out here in Eagle River at the nature center. Oh yeah. So Myra, I've actually gone to the nature center out in Eagle River, and I remember we were walking and we saw a bear, and that bear was in such close proximity. It freaked us out, and we left and haven't been back since. But it's a beautiful, beautiful hike out there. Yeah, it's amazing. So, Galen, that's something you may want to look into as well. Check out some of the hikes if that's something that you're into. Um, I would say for the most part, it's free, but you do have to pay, like, I think it's $5 for parking or something like that. Um, all right. So, I'm working my way down the chat. Okay, Arctic Thunder, you said Stuck Again Heights is your favorite neighborhood. Stuck Again Heights. I've heard of that. Is that really the name of the neighborhood though? Is it called Stuck Again Heights? Because I think I tried to search for that and I couldn't find it. Yeah, and I don't know anything about Stuck Again Heights. But if so, just like Diamond, right? People say that Diamond is a neighborhood, but I don't think Diamond itself is a neighborhood. I think it's more like an area or something. Yeah. So I'd be curious, Arctic Thunder. Um, let's see. The Myra grew up in Southport, teenage years in Muldoon, and now I live in Eagle River Valley. Muldoon will always have my heart. Love that diversity and people. The Myra, I can relate. I can relate. So I graduated from East Anchorage High School, and I have to tell you, the people on the east side are so down to earth. And like you said, that diversity, there's so many different cultures that live in the Muldoon area on the east side, period. So I love East Anchorage for that. But Eagle River is nice. Eagle River is very nice, and it is on my list. So we'll get to that. All right, perfect. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going. Um, let's see. Okay, so if you've been watching this channel for a while, this next neighborhood is going to come as no surprise to you that it's on my list, and that is the South Edition. So that neighborhood for me, if I could live there before I leave Alaska, I would feel like I checked the box on one of my goals and objectives was to eventually move to South Anchorage. I had the opportunity to do that, but from a practicality standpoint, I love to travel. You're going to pay more if you decide to move to South Anchorage. Here, let me give you a little bit of information on that before I get into like my reasons why. The population is somewhere around 4,000. The crime rates are lower than the Anchorage average. And the rental prices, however, are higher than the Anchorage average. The median household income is about $86,000. The median home value is around $420,000. The median rental price is about 1,400. I would say closer to 1,500 and up. And then the high school graduation rates are 96%. So it's a really good neighborhood. And you definitely, and one of the reasons why I like South Anchorage is because you get that suburban feel. And there are larger properties and homes out there. There are a lot of walkable areas. And I just love how everybody takes care of their homes and their properties out in South Anchorage. It's beautiful. I mean, the landscaping is it's well manicured, and I've never gone out there and seen someone that has a home with a bunch of junk in the yard. I haven't seen it. So I love it for that. And again, the walkable streets. They have parks over in that area that are really nice. Um, and let's see, you have access to parks, sports field, and nature trails. So Kasha and I have actually gone to South Anchorage and taken pictures. I want to say we did we did a photo shoot out there. Was it last year? I think in December timeframe. And people were asking where we took those photos. It was in South Anchorage. It was South Anchorage. So I would definitely look at that. It has a higher price tag, but then again, like I said on previous live streams, you pay for the neighborhood. So yeah, South Anchorage. I would say South Anchorage is probably my favorite neighborhood. All right. So the next neighborhood that I would recommend you researching and maybe consider moving to is the Huffman O'Malley neighborhood. So they have a population around 11,000 residents. The crime rates are lower than the Anchorage average, and rental prices are higher than the Anchorage average. So again, you're going to pay more. It says here the median household income is somewhere around $150,000. The median home value is about a little over $400,000. For rent, on the low end, you're going to start at about $1,500, and the high school graduation rate is 97%. Huffman O'Malley is another neighborhood that I do like it. I don't like it more than I like South though, but I would consider it because of the low crime rate. There are several schools in that neighborhood, and there is kind of a neighborly feel where everyone knows and looks out for each other. You have access to shops and restaurants. The one thing I don't like though, and I should probably save this. Let me save this because this might be a little bit of a rant, but we're going to go there. And again, you get more of a suburban feel in Huffman O'Malley. And if you want more yard, if you want more green space, then Huffman O'Malley is the neighborhood that you'll want to take a look at. Now, one thing I will say that I've found about Huffman O'Malley is that the people who live there are very territorial. That's been my experience. I remember my daughter and I went over to the Huffman O'Malley area to do some photos, and we parked in an area we weren't in front of anyone's home. Um, we were in a public area. It was in between a neighborhood, right? And I'm telling you, the people who lived over there drove by us several times and they kept asking if we needed help. And at first I was like, wow, these people are really friendly, very helpful. But more and more, I started feeling like, are they driving by us because they feel like we shouldn't be here? And at first I thought it was me, but then my daughter was just kind of like, wasn't that weird how they kept driving by and asking us if we needed help? I didn't have my hazards on or anything. Clearly, we were taking pictures. So to have that experience in Huffman O'Malley, that kind of turned me off. But maybe it was an isolated incident. Maybe they were trying to be helpful. But to me, it kind of came off as a little sus. So I would say Huffman O'Malley, those people are in my experience, very territorial. I think they probably have a lot of old money in that neighborhood. Um, so that type of thing. But it is a nice area. So I didn't want to leave it off the list just because of that incident. We haven't been back over there since to do any photos or anything like that. But yeah, Huffman O'Malley. So take a look at that. Just keep in mind though, if you're out there wandering around, somebody might ask you if you need help. AKA, why are you over here? All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and look at these comments real quick. Um, oh, where are we at? Okay. Okay. Arctic Thunder. Let's see here. A great hike. Go up through the valley of Arctic Valley and you can see Eagle River. Oh, yes. That is a really nice hike. Thank you for offering that, Arctic Thunder. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And then let's see. Beautiful spot. Yes, it is, Myra, right? Yeah. Any suggestions you all have to offer to folks that are planning to move up here? That would be fantastic. Um, the Myra, you said, and that area has a Sonic. Y'all, I haven't been to Sonic since I went in Texas. And that was before I even had my daughter. And I was just like, I don't know. I mean, some people like it. I wasn't that crazy about it, but let's see. Arctic Thunder, you said Golden View area is a nice neighborhood. Golden View. I want to say I've seen that. Golden View. Is that kind of over there by Bay Shore, Arctic Thunder? Because I didn't put Bay Shore on my list. I probably should have, but Bay Shore is another nice neighborhood. So Golden View area. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. The Myra Hillside. Yes, Hillside is a really nice. The reason why I did, okay, so Hillside is a nice neighborhood and it's definitely on the pricier side. I will say they probably outprice Huffman O'Malley. It's more expensive there. The homes are gorgeous. The views are gorgeous. So I wouldn't consider it number one because it's super expensive. But the other thing is that in the wintertime when it snows, I've worked with people who live on Hillside and it's a nightmare trying to get down. It's a nightmare because of all the snow. So, yeah. Yeah, but Hillside is another nice neighborhood. You're right, Myra. It is. It is. All right, so let's keep it going. Where's our next neighborhood? Turnigan. I like Turnigan. One of my best friends grew up in Turnigan. The population is about 10,000 residents. The crime rates are lower than the Anchorage average. And the rental prices, however, are higher than the Anchorage average. The median household income for that neighborhood is a little over $85,000. Median home value, about $315,000. The median rental price is about $1,400. And the high school graduation rate is around 89%. It's a family-friendly neighborhood in West Anchorage. Shout out to all my West Anchorage folks. I had friends mostly in West Anchorage and East Anchorage. So, strong public schools and easy access to plenty of outdoor recreation activities, easy access to parks and coastal hiking trails. Residents report residents are friendly and welcoming to their neighbors. It's close to the airport. It's very close to the airport. So if you travel a lot, living in that neighborhood is going to give you access or easy access to the Ted Stevens International Airport. So yeah, definitely. I would say, again, I had one of my best friends grew up in Turnigan. And to me, Turnigan is kind of like, it's not super expensive, but again, it's kind of like Rogers Park. I think Turnigan is slept on, just like Rogers Park is slept on. Um, so most definitely check it out. So the Coastal Trail, I want to say that starts in downtown Anchorage, goes all the way through. I can't remember where it ends, but I usually stop when we get to, oh gosh, what is the name of? Is it Point Warren's off? Um, but yeah, that trail is like in West Anchorage, and it's just, I mean, you get a beautiful view. You can see downtown Anchorage depending on where you are on the trail. It's just nice. I think Turnagain would be another area I would consider moving to other than South Anchorage. I'm just kind of stuck on South Anchorage. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, I would say Turnagain would probably be my number two neighborhood. All right. Let's keep going. I think this might be my last neighborhood, y'all. And then I'll go to the chat. All right. So the Myra, as I said, Eagle River is on my list. Eagle River. Let me give you a little bit of detail. So the population is about 11,000. The crime rate is lower than the Anchorage average. Rental prices are higher than the Anchorage average. The median household income is 112,000. The median home value is around 300,000. The median rental price is about 1,400. The high school graduation rates are about 90%, and it's located about 20 minutes from downtown Anchorage. And what a lot of people like about Eagle River is that it's quieter, it's separate from Anchorage, but you still have easy access to Anchorage. I mean, it's in my opinion a suburb of Anchorage, so kind of similar to the South Edition. Very similar in that way. So I haven't spent a significant amount of time in Eagle River, but I will say I have taken like maybe spent the day over the weekend in Eagle River. And to me, it's such a cute neighborhood. It's one of those neighborhoods where you can still get quite a bit of yard. In Anchorage, you'll find that a lot of the homes are really close together, so you don't get that much of a yard unless you have like an older home. But what I like about Eagle River too is that it just, I don't know, it just has like a real laid back vibe to it. And to me, again, for the folks that don't want to live in Anchorage because there are so many people here. I mean, we have the largest population in Alaska. If you don't want to quite go as far as moving to Wasilla and Palmer, which I think is for those people who really don't want to be around people. Well, no, maybe that's the people who live in Talkeetna. But if you kind of want somewhere in between, you don't want to live somewhere that's congested and extremely populated, but you don't want to live in an area where your neighbor is probably a drive away from you, then I think Eagle River is a really good middle ground. Again, it's on the higher end when it comes to rental prices and then home prices and that type of thing. But to me, if that's what you're looking for, then I think it would be worth taking a look into Eagle River. So those are the neighborhoods that I would most be interested in researching a little bit more. Those are my recommendations as far as neighborhoods to move to. The only one that I would probably say you might, I mean, and this is just my preference, right? Because my daughter's getting ready to head off to college. If I had little ones, I wouldn't want to live in downtown Anchorage. But, as someone who doesn't have school age kids, downtown Anchorage would be great for me. I would love to live in downtown Anchorage. But let's run through our list real quick. So, and not in any particular order, right? Rogers Park. So write these down if you're considering, or if you wanted advice on what neighborhoods to take a look at. Rogers Park. I'm going to just mention it, downtown Anchorage. I have people that tune into this channel who don't have school age kids. They're kind of in my same position, retirees too. So downtown Anchorage, South Edition, Huffman O'Malley, Turnagain, and Eagle River. Those are my top picks. Those are my top picks. Let me see. Did I give you all? Yeah. Yeah. I would say that's it. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. What are y'all talking about? Let me see. All right, my latest favorite spot is South. South. Are you talking about South Anchorage? Or are you talking about South Restaurant? Because South Restaurant is good too. I mean, it's not. South Restaurant is good, but it's not like if you were visiting Anchorage, I wouldn't say, ooh, you got to go to South. I wouldn't say that. I say, ooh, you should probably go to Suite 100. I tell you that. But yeah, South Anchorage. The Myra, Turnagain has the Russian immersion language program at Turnagain Elementary. It's amazing. Yeah, right? Yeah, and I'd imagine probably just like the Japanese immersion language program that they have, I want to say, where is that? Like, it's a school, I think, located in Jewel Lake or like Bayshore area. I can't remember the name of the school. There's a lottery. You have to sign up for a wait list in order to get your kids enrolled in those immersion programs, but it's worth putting them on the list. Yeah, I've heard the same thing, Myra. Let's see. And you said Turnagain is close to everything. I would agree. I love that neighborhood. I really do. Let's see. Eagle River has the secret quiet Walmart empty during the day. Wow, I didn't even know that existed, a quiet Walmart. No, I'm kidding. I've been to Walmart, not often, but early in the morning. And you're right. There are a lot less people there at that time. All right, Myra, come on out here. Margaritas at Garcia's. That sounds like a good idea. Myra, I might take you up on that. That would be cool. And Arctic Thunder, you're invited too. We should have like an Anchorage meetup, like Anchorage local meetup. All right, the commute to Anchorage can be tough in the winter. Will your commute be 15 minutes or 3 hours? You never know. You know what, Myra? I agree with you. The same thing goes for if you live in Palmer or Wasilla. You know, wintertime, the commute is horrible. I think that's one of the things that's probably kept me from moving to Eagle River is because of that. But, you know, I've been working from home for the past couple years, so that wouldn't be an issue now. Yeah. But it seems like the last time I looked, there weren't that many homes available for sale. I kind of feel like when people move out to Eagle River, they move out there with the intent on like staying. And I don't blame them. Let's see. Oh boy, the Valley. Yeah. And you know what, Arctic Thunder? I'm working on my outline for a video talking about Wasilla and Palmer. And of course, I got to mention Sarah Palin. You know, no video about the Valley would be complete without mentioning Sarah Palin. Let's see here. So Myra, I think you might be in agreement. I'm not saying anything. I'm not throwing any shade on Wasilla or Palmer, not yet, but that video is coming. Arctic Thunder, let's see. Glacier Brew House is great. Yes, it is. I think the Glacier Brew House is a really great spot for dinner, and they're a great spot for brunch and lunch too, if you all weren't aware. Yeah, so check out the Glacier Brew House. I hope Galeen is still on and you're taking notes of these restaurants that we're hipping you to this because we're locals. So let's see. Myra, huge fan of the language immersion programs. So Myra, I don't know if you have kids, but I'd be curious to know if you put them through the language immersion programs. I know a couple people from church who did that, but they went through the Japanese immersion program. But it was tough for them to get their kids in. Let's see, Arctic Thunder, you said, oh, you had to mention Sarah. Yeah, we have to talk about Sarah Palin because, I mean, she kind of, I don't want to say she put Alaska on the map, but people kind of started paying more attention to Alaska, I believe, once she was on the scene. All right, y'all. Well, you know what? I think we're coming to a close on our time. Unless I get more questions in the chat, I think we might go ahead and sign off for now. Like I said, if you're tuning into the live stream, please give it a thumbs up. That will help me out quite a bit. And then I have another video coming out for you. It's already loaded, locked and loaded. So you'll see that tomorrow. And then another day in the life video is going to come out on Monday. Monday. All right. So let's see here. Myra, your oldest graduated from the Russian program and speaks fluent Russian, and your little ones are in Spanish immersion school. Right on. That's awesome. And the Spanish immersion, I know they have one in Government Hill. Yeah. So a friend of mine put her girls through that. Wonderful. All right, Arctic Thunder, have a great day, everyone. Arctic Thunder, you have a great day too. Everybody, thank you so much for rocking with me today. We're getting back in the swing of things. Don't worry. But if you want to see a certain type of video, if you want me to cover a certain type of topic during the live, just send me a request using my contact form on my website, www.happygirlalaska.com. And you know what? We're out. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.